HJU Live, everybody! Hey! Nothing is ever going wrong on streams. Streams are never a blow-up. Streams, live streams never mess up, especially when we do it on HJU, because we're perfect, we're good at our jobs, and we never mess up, we never flub. I've never been fired from HJU 3 times. Joel has never been... I've never... Joel streams like 8 times a week. We're good at our jobs. We're good at our jobs. We get paid, that's why we get paid the big bucks.
Everything he said is absolutely correct, ladies and gentlemen. Don't you ever forget it.
Everybody get in here. If you're toxic, we're going to be talking about Shin Kamen Rider today. I'm Bueno. He's Cosmic Kaiser 6.
Kaiser 6. Yes,
and if
without the mask on.
Without the mask on. His fingers just disappeared because he was moving them so fast. He's like the Flash. He stands still very fast.
Okay.
So anyway... Okay, enough of that. So, it's time to get serious.
Time to get serious.
Time to get serious. Enough fun and games. Enough fun and games. Time to get serious.
You call this serious, boss? Come on. Look at this man.
If you enjoyed this video, please share, like, and subscribe, and also check out all of our other socials on Facebook, Twitter, and also join our Discord to talk with us. But enough of that. Again, time to get serious. Let's talk about Shin Kamen Rider, a very serious movie about serious issues with serious people.
And serious kaijin.
They don't call them kaijin.
Right. What? Oh, right. They don't. As a matter of fact, yeah, they
open up the wiki, man. This is haven't you learned? You're pulling. You know what you're doing right now? You're pulling the freaking what's that? The Let's Talk Toku. What is it? Fucking Steve. What's his face? Stevie. Let's call him Stevie. Hey, Kenny, I'm Stevie. You're pulling a Stevie. You're pulling a Stevie. Anyways. So we're always informed here on HJU. We're always informed. We have we always have the information. We get it like 2 weeks early from press release. You know, because we have a network of tokusatsu enthusiasts. We have a tokusatsu network, right? And so we have like connections with connections. But like, you know, like. Yesterday also, when I went to watch this with Fung, we went to Toyosu, which is basically like Odaiba. There's like, they have 2 versions, right? So you have like Dustin crying on like, you know, on Twitter, like, it was perfect, first 5 minutes perfect. It was perfect to him. But what's really perfect is watching it in 4DX. See, watching 4DX is a really good experience because it's actually like, so the thing with Kamen Rider is like, when you see the original Kamen Rider, it's like, it's not shot like a kid's show, it's shot like a horror movie, right? It's shot like a horror movie from like the 60s and 70s. So like the way they do the lighting and all that stuff. So that's what he kind of did, right? That's what like Anno kind of did. He kind of brought it back to like shooting like a horror movie. And like we all know the story. It's, you know, Hongo, he gets captured by Shocker. They don't... Okay, well here's the abbreviation of Shocker. Here's the... Oh, the music loud? Okay, let me turn that down. Let me turn that music down then. I'll turn it down to half. So you can hear our beautiful voices.
Yes, as I recall from the promotions on Twitter, I think from the official page for it, they did show that Shocker is an acronym for a much longer name this time around.
Oh yeah,
was it always?
It is. You want to know what it is?
What's the name?
You want to stand
lay it on us.
Because I have the wiki open, you don't.
I do have it open. I'm just waiting for you.
The name of it is Sustainable Happiness Organization with Computational Knowledge Embedded Remodeling. Try saying that in your resume. I worked at Sustainable Happiness Organization with Computational Knowledge Embedded Remodeling. And then the people be like, what the fuck is that? That's what the person interviewing you would be like, what the fuck are you? Get the fuck out of here. I ain't giving you the job. What the fuck is that shit?
Sounds like you made that up.
Yeah, that sounds made up. You just made up your own stories. Get the fuck out of my office, man. That's what they would say.
But no, it's short for Shocker, sir. Do you want to see the rest of my resume?
Yeah, he was like,
get out of here.
Shocker, that's my favorite Wes Craven movie. Get the fuck out of here. That's what he would say. Oh, that's what the guy would say. Or he'd probably like say it like as a joke. He'd be like, Shocker, that's my favorite Wes Craven movie. Get the fuck out of my office.
Yeah. Sounds about right.
Yeah. So, yeah, basically, like, you know, Shocker kidnaps him, remodels him, and then they don't call them kaijin. They call them augments. So they would say, like, he's they would call him Augs for short. So he'd be like, he's the Batta Og. And then, you know, they have, like, the Kumo Og, and Sasori Og, and all that stuff. So they call them augments. That's the new thing. That's like the hotness. Because like you have to give that the little sprinkle of Anno, right? He wants he wants the science fiction, the modernized science fiction, mixed with his childhood memory. So yeah, it just like right off the bat, right? As the movie opens up, it's just like bam, like chase scene. You know, like these two trucks are chasing Hongo and Ruriko, who's on the bike, the girl, the female lead. They're chasing her on the bike. And then they're pushed off a fucking cliff. And then, like, you know, the typical, oh, we're gonna get you now, girly girl. Come back to Shocker, because she's Shocker too, right? And so, just, like, right out of the show, like the original show, they have, like, Ichigo on a cliff. It's like, and then they're on a cliff, and then they have the zoom in stuff. So that was cool. And then the action this time around, like they wanted to make it more. I guess you want to make it more like Skullman, which probably kind of like explains the trench coat. Why he gave him the trench coat and stuff for that. It's like there's no explanation for the trench coat. He just wears the trench coat. And then, but apparently in the beat 'em up game, when he loses the trench coat, he's more powerful. In the beat 'em up, in the SD beat 'em up that they have.
Right.
Yeah, like that's the thing. But like they also like, and then like as soon as he starts fighting, because there's like it's all like gory and like really graphic, and like when he's bashing the Shockers' heads in, there's just blood everywhere. In 4DX, the blood splatters on you. Like the water, right? The water like sprinkles. So it was pretty cool. It's like, oh, that's cool.
So each time he's landing hits on these Shockers combatants,
you get like splurted with water, and like so that's it
kind of suspect there.
Yeah. It like it kind of like, you know, it simulates the blood splat, you know.
Right. Puts you right there with Hongo as he's
same thing with the bike scenes, right? Like the bike scenes, your chair's like this, doing like this, and then when the cyclone, when like his belt opens up and takes in air, you feel the wind. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool, man.
That's interesting.
It was pretty cool. And then when like one of the Augs blow up, it does like a rider kick, right? And the Aug blows up, smoke comes up from like the bottom of the screen. This is cool. So they did like some cool little things with the scripting for like the 4DX. They did some cool things. But like the action, especially when because he does the rider nage, the rider throw, and he's twirling around. So like the seats are like going like it's like camera like this the whole time. It was fun. It's like you're when you're watching Shin Kamen Rider and 4DX is like you're paying for a like 2-hour Kamen Rider roller coaster ride. It's pretty fun.
I was just about to say, yeah, it almost sounds like a kind of like an attraction or something.
It is, and like it really it's cool how like they implemented it, and I think the 4DX was implemented like kind of like after. Like they just decided on it. It's not like because like how like they have some movies like the Amazon's movie, you could totally tell that was designed for the 4DX because the movie itself is so cheap.
Yeah.
So because they spent all the money on like having to like do the 4DX and stuff on, right? So they had to like think about the budget for the 4DX so that they could film the movie within the budget, but they could still put it in that theater, in that type of theater. So it's kind of like the movie ends up being mediocre, but this one, it's like it was fun. It seems like the 4DX was like an afterthought, like an extra little, fun thing that they would do. But yeah, it really kind of like made for a fun experience. And then like I think like if I'm going to watch it a second time around, like it's just going to be without the 4DX, so I could just kind of like be a little more analytical of the movie. And like yeah, it was a really cool movie. I enjoyed it. Plus, it wasn't jaw-dropping. It was kind of like what I pretty much expected from like, just like from Shin Godzilla and Shin Ultraman, how like this was going to be. It's like, it's a good. It's not so much a superhero movie. It's more about. It's more of like a science fiction thriller. That happens to have superheroes in it. So
yeah, wasn't that originally Ishinomori's vision of Kamen Rider when he put it down on the manga anyway, where he wanted it to be more of almost a horror tale in a sense?
Yeah, he wanted it to be more of like a horror tale, and it has like some like the movie has some throwbacks to that because like like whenever he transforms, actually under the mask he is a monster.
Right.
Like he's actually like an augment, like he looks like an insect under the mask. However, when he turns the belt off, he reverts back to his human form.
Okay.
So if he tries to take off the mask during it, then like basically Hongo is like he looks like a zoonoid from MacGyver. He looks like that. But then like when he turns off the belt, he goes back to like being like a human and stuff like that. And then it was like it's also like I think like he goes really deep into like the things of like how the mask enhances or dehances his like other senses, or even just like his it's kind of like a berserker mode. It's kind of like a berserker mode, right? So like whenever he transforms, it suppresses his emotions.
So it's kind of a limiter, so that he doesn't go like nuts.
It is kind of a limiter, but like it's like it suppresses his emotion. That like he's wondering why he's like because like in the opening, right? He kills all those shocker guys. Like his blood all over the place. I get splatted with blood in the face. This thing is okay, but like my popcorn wasn't. And so, he's kind of like wondering to himself, like, why did I just like, why was I able to kill those people and I don't feel anything? What's going on? And so it turns out that like, hey, what up, Shinji? So it's like, yo, like what's going on here? Like, why am I killing all these guys and I don't feel anything? And it's because like it suppresses his emotions so that he's able to like be maximized for combat.
Right.
So like, because he created like Dr. Midorigawa, who works in Shocker and wants to like go against them. It's like he says to himself like, yeah, like I created you because you are going to be the one who has the highest hopes of being able to like stop Shocker, because they want to. It's like I'm not sure. I don't want to like quote the exact things they said because like again my Japanese isn't like super perfect, but like I think it's because like they wanted to like breed a new AI, and the AI they're going to utilize that AI to like take over the world or something like that, and then like to be able to like kind of stop them, that is Hongo. And so he like Dr. Midorigawa and his daughter Ruriko were like, okay, well we're gonna go against Shocker and you're gonna help us. And then at first Hongo was all like, you can't just like decide for people if they're going to like save the world or not. It's like, no, but like, you came, like we went into your memories and like we found that like you want the power to protect people and like and to like actually, because like it turns out like in his memories his dad is a police officer, right? So that's kind of like, unlike with like the original Kamen Rider where like he's just all like really self-righteous, but like because of like what happened to him, it like he has like a shock of like what, and like a trauma that made him become like self-righteous, right? And be able to like fight for justice and all that stuff. But like this, he has a template, like his father who was a policeman and he died died in the middle of like died in the middle of duty, right? And so he, ever since that, he's been traumatized and wanted to have like the power to protect people or the power to be able to make a difference. Dr. Midorigawa grants him that, and then Hongo's all like, oh, okay. But then it becomes more apparent when the Kumo Og, the spider Og, he like kills the doctor right in front of him and blows up the house with C4. He survives, obviously. Hongo survives. Of course. But, and then, which goes into another chase scene, and then, like, yeah, it was more fights, more blood. We fight the Spider Og, and we get to see the Rider kick. It's so fucking cool. And it's just, yeah, 4DX really enhances it, man. Just like, if, I don't know, like, because, like, what is it? Like, they announced that they're going to have, like an American screening of it, or what?
I haven't heard any news about that. Not since the Shin Ultraman run ended. There hasn't really been any mention of Shin Kamen Rider.
Was it? I thought they announced it at like a thing, at like an anime event.
Let me see. I might have. If there was, I haven't heard anything myself. But I'll look it up.
Yeah, unlike Let's Talk Toku, we actually know how to use computers. So. You'll check it out. Yeah. 4DX, it was fun, man. 4DX, like, it was just really cool to like experience it that way. It's a new way to experience it. Oh, and they do the foam. Like whenever, like how like you like instead of blowing them, how like when people turn the foam. Yeah. Yo, what up, bench? You're toxic too. Good morning.
Let's go.
Yeah, I like the foam when people turn into foam in the original Kamen Rider.
So they turn to foam as well. Is it also practical effects or?
So whenever they turn into foam, right? They have like an air freshener, so you smell like the remains of like the decomposing bodies that turn into foam.
Right.
So and they like you get like you can smell the foam. You can smell the decaying. It's air freshener though. It's a good smell. It's not like it's like You know what I mean?
Right.
It's not like
They're not gonna fill up a freaking screening room with like the smell of like formaldehyde or something. Obviously, it's
the B-man cometh.
the B-man cometh.
Yeah.
Smell-o-vision. Pretty much, right?
Smell-o-vision, man.
Ren and Stimpy.
Smell-o-vision.
Yeah.
Hey, Ren.
But that's pretty cool. So from what I'm getting from this, then the 4DX, like you mentioned, by comparison to what Amazon's did, I guess Amazon's focused on having the 4DX gimmicks kind of supplant the film, kind of like overtake it, or at least have that experience be more memorable than what they have with that. Whereas the 4DX experience with Shin, Kamen Rider supports what the film does.
Right. Because you could totally tell, because like if you take a look at the Amazon's movie Last Judgment, and then like they shoot in the same location and they just run around the same location to make it feel like it's a different location. Because it's in the mountains, right? So everything looks the same. So it's like, okay, let's go around the house, and then it'll look like we're going away from the house when you're really not going away from the house. You can totally tell it's just the same location, right?
Just shot at a different angle or something, right?
Yeah, and so you can totally tell they cut corners so that they could have the 4DX in the movie. Whereas with this one, the 4DX it's an afterthought, but it's appreciative. It's appreciative of it, though. It like wants to actually help the movie be more entertaining. So, electric shocks in the seats to make the jump scares more scary. Nah, it's so what they do during the fight scenes is when they do the rider kick, it's cool. When they do the rider kick, right? You get a shock in the back, because it's like a massage thing. You have like the back punches. When they do the rider kick, you feel the impact in your back because the og is getting kicked, and then when the og hits the ground, it does like a big like on your seat. It's cool.
That actually sounds really awesome.
It's super fun, man. It's like when they do that stuff. Oh, the Shocker Riders too, man. They have a Shocker Rider chase scene in a tunnel.
Oh, the Shocker Riders appear in this one?
Shocker Riders appear in it. I think they're all CG, but like that's because it's shot in the dark, right? It's like a rumble pack in the old Sega Saturn. No, rumble pack for the N64 bench. But it was super cool though. Like they have like they shot it in the dark, right? So you could totally tell it was kind of like, okay, well, we're gonna do this full CG, and it's kind of dark. Like you try to watch it, it's kind of dark. Dude, I already told you, man. People are gonna like try to show these bootlegs on Reddit and like on Twitter, and then like all the tokusatsu influencers are gonna be able to jump in on it. You know, they're all like, man, I support Kamen Rider, and then they're all like, hey, check out this bootleg. You know, whatever. Like double standards.
Pretty much.
My memory of olden times is foggy. Well, you don't need to. That's the reason why it's foggy bench is because of the Alzheimer's, man. Just let it kick in.
They call it olden times for a reason, man, because we're all getting old.
Yeah. That's why it's called olden times. Yeah. But
nah, that sounds pretty awesome. What other augments pop up then, aside from obviously the Shocker Riders, the Spider augments?
So they have the Spider Aug, the Hachi, the Bee Aug, the Chameleon Aug, and the Sasori Aug. And then the last boss is Ruriko's brother, Midorikawa's son. And he is the Cho Aug, the Butterfly Aug. But like he looks like he looks like he looks like an SIC version of Kamen Rider. He looks like an SIC version of Kamen Rider. That's what it looks like.
Oh, that sounds cool.
Unless it drops here, I gotta bootleg it. Okay, you're gonna get in timeout.
Shinji, please support the stuff that you love, brother. What you're seeing on the corner, yeah, that's like trailer content of the movie. Well, thanks
what
for
up,
pointing out
Raniel?
that it's a joke, but come on now.
Just joking. Guess what, Shinji? Wasn't funny. Time out for you.
Serious time. Serious business.
I can't do it from here. You do it, man. You pull the trigger.
Wait, timeout, right. Got it.
Learn your lesson, Shinji. Actually, time him out. Call him toxic. Everybody at Shinji and call him toxic. At Final Wave, toxic.
Unbelievable.
Just at Final Wave and call him toxic. Hey, HJU, have you ever seen what I post in general chat and Discord? There's like 30 members, so like I don't take a look at what everybody says. What did you post in Discord? Please do not be a Hydra dick. Please do not be an Among Us dick. Do not post any of that. I post that.
It's none of the above.
Okay.
I can assure you.
I'm pricing a soft like a soft B. Is that what you're talking about?
I think that's what he means. Yeah, those the soft finals.
Oh, okay. Because I have a problem at almost 40. So you have 40 soft Bs? I don't know. Everybody's just talking like random sentences, man. You're like AI. I don't even know. Like you're just like randomly putting all these sentences together. I don't know. See, look at this. The IBS crowd scared me away from Discord. That room was a virtual short bus. You are AI. I don't even know what you're talking about. We're supposed to be talking about Shin Kamen Rider, spoiling it, and then you guys are talking about like soft Bs. You're talking about general chats. You're talking about AIDS. All this stuff. I don't even know. I don't even know what you're talking about, man.
I'm pretty sure there was no mention of AIDS here, but
Yeah,
sure, let's go with
iCarly, freaking Rugrats, like,
random dancer.
just stay focused on track, man. Just stay on track. All right. Holy shit.
Stay on target. Stay on target.
Stay on target, man. Anyways.
How do we turn the timeout off, by the way? If you know, boss.
It times them out for 5 minutes, isn't it?
That's the 300 seconds, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Let him cook. Let him learn his lesson, man. Let him learn his lesson. Let him learn his lesson.
Now, Shinji.
If he really learned his lesson, he better apologize when he comes back after those 300 seconds.
But yeah. Has anybody got some questions regarding the movie? Nice. Good questions here.
We need Shin Red Fox. It'll be Red Fox. Just put on a trench coat, man.
I mean,
Not
we need
cooking.
Red Fox versus Geets.
Jesse White. Okay, that's Shinji. Okay, let him cook too. Here, timeout. No. You're sorry.
No,
Okay, he
it's
apologized. He apologized. Okay, he's apologized. Okay, he apologized. Okay, you can stay.
Yeah, you're good. But yeah, we need Red Fox versus Geets. The next
Fox
crossover
versus
movie.
Geets. Shin Red Fox. He needs to wear the trench coat. And he's got to flash Geets. That's gonna be like the Geets. That's how he's gonna win against them. It's kind of like, have you ever seen Kekko Kamen, the Girippo attack?
I think so.
It's when she does the splits, and then she has, you know, the shining thing.
I think I know where this is going.
So it'd be like that's what Red Fox would do. He'd be like, flasher attack, and he'd just open up, and then Geets would be like distracted, and then that's when like Red Fox does his attack. Nothing underneath it. You have
Fox
a Red
Flash, baby.
Fox Flash.
Yeah, that's
Look up. I
getting...
think it's called Giropo attack. Check. Everybody, look up on your own. It's dirty homework, but look up Kekko Kamen Giripo attack. I think it's Giripo attack.
So, getting back on topic on Shin Kamen Rider. So far with his Shin reimaginings up until this point, do you think that Anno is well, I know you said before that it wasn't really anything like, jaw-dropping necessarily, but at least in terms of what he's done with the properties he's worked on so far, where do you how do you feel about how he's sort of reinterpreted Shin Kamen Rider in this sense? Do you feel like he's sort of do you feel like he's held up to the original vision of Kamen Rider as originally sort of put together by Ishinomori, and obviously he's put his own little spin to it, but how do you think he did as far as using the IP and putting it into the big screen in this way?
It's good because he kind of he put like again, like he took like all of like the modernized sci-fi and mixed it with like his homage of what Kamen Rider is. And you can totally tell it's just like, this an otaku with a very vivid imagination and cool ideas that he himself loves, like the property so much. He takes it to like another level, right? It's not like with Kamen Rider the first where it's all like, hey, let's modernize it. It's not like that at all. It's like the music, the things that made the original Kamen Rider memorable. He was like, he took all of the memorable stuff, and then he would do something like modernize the designs and the action. That's about it. But everything else he like left alone. So that he likes to be very specific about what should be in it and what shouldn't be. So he has like an eye for that, and so that's what kind of makes this more than the first and like the next. This makes it more of like it feels like Kamen Rider,
Right.
So don't fix what's broken. Exactly. Like he leaves it alone, and then he also kind of like he'll add in like the technical stuff, like because like the original show, they'll just do stuff like, oh well, this is a kaijin and it's a bad guy, right? But but then it away. Yeah, but like so what he'll do is he'll add more of like his the intricacies that like he loves to put in there. Like for example, when he transforms and then he beats up, it's like the original Kamen Rider would be like, okay, he transforms and he's super powered, and the reason why is because he uses the power of the wind, right? So that's why like he's kind of like adrenaline and like he's powered up is because like he has that. And then like in this one though, it's like he's left in that state of like this high of being like berserker and violent and stuff like that until he turns off the belt. All the wind exhausts from his body, and then he turns back into a normal human being, and he like turns back into Hongo Takeshi himself. So it's like all of that stuff is like he like left Kamen Rider alone, and then he added on top of it, like all of the stuff, like to make sense out of the things that weren't explained in the original one so well.
Right.
And like even like the bike, it has the thrusters, right? It has like the thrusters like you see right here in the video. So the thrusters are actually able to rotate as well. So the thrusters can rotate so that he can do sharp turns. The thrusters can rotate down, so because like you know how in the original series you see the bike jump like this, right?
Yeah.
You jump like this. So it's obviously like, you know, in terms of like physics, the bike would only be able to go even if you had a ramp, it'll only be able to go like this, right? You can't do this. In the manga, you see it like this, right? So in this movie, the thrusters go downwards so that he could do this with the bike, and it could fly.
Okay.
And it's like the Bat-Og is all like, hee, you're not gonna catch me, ha ha ha, I'm high in the air. It's like as soon as you say that, you know he's gonna fucking get Rider kicked. And then what happens? Boom, thrusters, and then he jumps off the bike. Rider kicks the fuck out of that Bat-Og, and then boom, right into the ground. And then you see the trains like rattle, because it's a train yard, right? You see the trains like, it's those little things they do, right? It's the little things that Anno adds to it. And then like, oh, the best is like when he like, cause like he doesn't blow up, the Bat-Og doesn't blow up. He like steps off of the corpse, and then just the blood on the bottom of his boot. It's like mush, and then he turns to the. It's like it's those little things that like if he's fighting against a living organism, it's gonna be messy, and that's what he adds to it to make it look graphic. It's like graphic, but it makes sense, right? So. And then, like, it also adds to the fact that, like, Hongo, he doesn't like violence, right? He, like, does not like violence, but, like, when he transforms, he can't help himself. He has to fight in order to survive and also to protect Ruiko, who's, like, you know, the last... Because he made a promise to Midorigawa saying, like, I will, like, I'll protect Ruiko. And then, like, so he made the promise, and he's all like, yeah, I'll protect Ruiko, and then... Even then, you know, even though like she said that, or like Midorigawa said that in front of her, it's not like she accepts it. You know? She's just all like, "Oh, well, you're just saying that because like my you know, you feel forced to do that, right?" It's like, no, it's because it's the right thing to do because like his dad was a cop, right? So, hula dancing right now. Yeah, this is the song, man. I'm playing like the was it the Great Comrades? So like it's like the hanging out and stuff. Oh, and the actors from like Kamen Rider, or the actors from like Shin Godzilla and also what's his name, Saito Takumi. He's also in there. Like
nice.
He's also in this movie. They're like. As soon as you see them show up in the black suits, they're like, "Oh, it's Shin Ultraman and the guy from like the government employee from Shin Godzilla."
Saito Takumi. Oh, he plays Takijiro.
I was going to say that for later, but yeah, okay.
Oh, sorry. Did I get too far ahead of myself there? I'm just.
Well, let's just spoil the whole thing, man. Well, Hongo dies at the end. And,
damn.
And like, Hayato takes over for him as Kamen Rider Ichigo.
Oh.
Yeah, and then like, and then he works because like the government guys are all like, well, you know, we think it's in like, you know, Hongo's best wishes that, you know. Took over because he would wanted you to take over, like, you know, because like the thing is, the thing also with like the scarf is pretty cute. It's not needed, but like Ruriko gives them a scarf anyway, and it's all like, why are you giving me a scarf? It's like, heroes wear red, don't they?
Okay.
That's
nice.
little...
So, okay, so essentially, Anno kind of recontextualizes a lot of those sort of frills that make the original show kind of a little charming but nonsensical. Whereas in this movie, he, like you said, puts a, I wouldn't say realistic spin, but
context. He puts context on them.
Context, exactly.
Like Kamen Rider's scarf is like an iconic thing, right?
Yeah.
Like it's an iconic thing. It's like even like Aniki. He has the scarf whenever he sings. Kamen Norida, he just constantly has the scarf flowing. Like everybody knows that if you wear a red scarf, you're supposed to look like Kamen Rider, but they never put it into context. It's like Ryu's headband, right? How did it change from a white headband into a red headband? They never really explained it until they did it in the movie. Or like in like, I didn't even think it was in the movie, but like, they said like, oh, well, you have like a red headband from Ken. But like, again, they didn't explain it. So do you think we'll make a V3 movie with Kamen Rider the next? Maybe. Maybe.
Well, I mean, the Anno movie so far, this Shin series hasn't really...
They haven't had any sequels.
Done any sequels, exactly. Yeah, so... his overall sort of statement with these Shin movies is to just kind of, take what he loves and put his own spin on them, right?
Yeah, it's basically like a fanboy kind of...
right.
Reenactment of series of his, because like, he's a famous director and he has all this stuff that he can do now because a lot of people appreciate his work. And he also wanted to, like, one of the things he wanted to do is he's always wanted to just be done with Evangelion,
Yeah.
like they said, they asked him, like, is this really the end of Evangelion, or are you gonna like just make another one? And he's all like, nah. And he went on to make Shin Godzilla, So like it's just he has enough notoriety to kind of like do whatever he wants now, and he's doing that. So sounds like Japanese action fanboy movies are 100 times better than the wine and fanfic bullshit that was current here Hollywood. Yeah. Because like the thing is, you gotta realize that like Japanese otaku are very different from like Western fanboys and fangirls. Because like they'll be very specific about the things that they're a fan of. So one person, if you've ever seen like Densha Otoko, that's a prime example of like the kind of otaku there is. So it's like, this guy is a pen otaku, or this guy is like an anime otaku, this guy is a game otaku, this guy is like, they're very specific. It's like, but like with Western fanboys, it's like they just like everything. So Anno was always a kaiju tokusatsu fanboy, even in the early 80s when first got with Gainax Train Boys. Yeah. Basically, like, there's I don't know if you'll probably be able to find it somewhere, but like, if you look up on YouTube, there's like a documentary where like Anno goes to like an elementary school, and then I think during that documentary, like, they just like interview him while he's doing like, or they voice over like this stock footage of him doing Henshin poses on top of a playground. And he's all like, often I was misunderstood, but I like to think of myself as unique. And he's just doing Henshin poses from Ichigo to like, I think Black RX on like the top of a slide. He's just on the top and he's just doing those poses, man. And it's like, for like 2 minutes straight, no cuts. He's just doing poses. Or I think there was cuts, but yeah. Hey, what up, Batman?
the Batman.
Shin Kamen Rider sounds cool. I wonder if it gets Shin Kamen Rider Black. It's called Kamen Rider Black Sun, and it's you just
Basically.
watch it. Just watch it, man. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I've heard some stuff about that one. It's different.
Kaijun lives matter, man. That's all I gotta say. Kaijun lives matter. Kaijun lives matter.
Man.
This is all.
He says it.
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, I was saying, he says as he speeds off with his fucking cyclone. The cyclone cup holder. $50 cyclone cup holder.
The cyclone stays on during sex.
Something tells me that's he actually said that. I mean, you just got that today, though, right?
Today? No. Well, technically yesterday.
Or yesterday, right?
Last night.
Right, yesterday.
Last night.
Right. He's a time traveler. He's,
I'm in the future.
Half a day ahead.
That's correct. What, $50? Yes, $50. 50. Look at this stupid thing. Look at this should be like,
brother.
Like, why
that bike is busted. It's got a big hole in it.
They had other stuff. They had like they had like a Meishi case. They had a whole wall. They had a whole wall of like goods. I didn't bother with that. I just got this. I was like, yeah, I don't want to spend more money than I need to. They had like.
Probably should have asked for something.
If it was like when I went to like the Forza movie where they had like the Switch pen, that was cool. I liked that.
Nice.
But like this one, well, I wasn't a huge fan of Black Sun. I prefer the original Black Sun. You mean Kamen Rider Black? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't see the likelihood of Black getting the Shin treatment. I mean, it's iconic in its own right, but it does not supplant the OG.
I think Shin should get the Shin treatment. But like Shin had lots of cool gore too. Remember like the part where he just rips out the fucking spleen? That was awesome, man.
Yeah, you're right. That movie was pretty fucking.
Yeah, that was basically that. Like, if you watch Shin Kamen Rider Prologue, that's basically the Guyver. It's basically Guyver, right? So. Kaiju lives matter? No, it's Kaijin lives matter, man. Kaijin. Kaiju is the big ones. Kaijin is the human-sized ones.
Yeah, you want Shin Ultraman for that one. Ha ha.
Yeah, Kaiju Lives Matter is for Shin Ultraman, man. I'm talking about Shin Kamen here. What do you guys? If you guys have any questions, just ask away.
Yeah, please. Those are questions that you have.
We're not giving away links to the screener, to the telesync. We're not giving links to the telesync. You go. This isn't that kind of toxic stream.
Not at all. Do you know who's involved as far as like choreography and well, I say cinematography, but that's obviously Anno.
Yeah, I think like it's just Anno. He was in charge of like shooting the whole thing. Man, you can totally tell like the script is another one of like the phone book size scripts because even when they're fighting, they're talking even when they're fighting.
Oh, dang. Okay.
Yeah, they talk a lot. Oh, you sent you a gift. He sent you a dick pic in the DMs.
Well, close, but not really. Send me a game code. I'll keep it at that. But
he wants you to jump on that Phantom Breaker.
yes, he wants me to also join.
Wants you to jump on that Phantom Breaker Omnia, man, with the absorb net code.
Please, boss. But yeah, as far as like the action, how would you rate the action compared to the usual Rider outings, or at least I guess
better than Kamen Rider Black Sun.
Wow. Okay.
It's actually choreographed. He does the poses. He does everything. It's great. It's not like Kamen Rider Black Sun where it's all like, hey, let's grab each other and roll around on the ground for like 5 minutes.
Ah, okay.
This is actually him doing rider punches, rider kicks, roundhouses, mashing people's faces into pavement, mashing them into concrete. You get the blood splurting on you. It's really good. Yeah.
In 4DX.
Yeah. Oh man, the katana fight. Man, that was cool as hell, man. The katana fight between like the B-Og and like Kamen Rider, that was cool.
Ooh,
So,
nice.
Yeah, it looks like the Flash. It was
Okay.
Cool. It was cool. You gotta see it, man. You gotta see Kamen Rider. Yeah, and then
Brother,
whenever they do
to.
whenever like with the katanas, when it misses, you get the air spray in the back. It's like
Oh,
so it's like it was cool.
nice.
It was cool.
Damn, this 4DX stuff
man.
sounds pretty cool.
4DX. Strega 4DX, man. That's the way to go.
Oh,
Sex
man,
scenes, the chair vibrates. Never mind. Black Sun kind of depressed me. I thought it was funny at times. But I don't know. Maybe we should do a Black Sun talk afterwards. Have you seen Black Sun?
Not yet. I plan on doing so. I think I want to do like a watch party or something. Anybody interested in a watch party for Black Sun? Let us know. We can probably set something up in the Discord. If you haven't joined, join in the Discord as well.
Yeah, Batman isn't going to join that though because he's going to be double depressed.
Yeah, he's already got his family's death to worry about. Sorry, Mr. Wayne. Oh, did I spoil? It's Bruce Wayne. Oh.
Who are you?
But yeah, we can get something going as far as Black Sun goes. But otherwise,
okay, here's an example of like Black Sun's weirdness, and
yes,
like
please.
why, and also why you should not let Ultraman directors direct Kamen Rider. So there's a scene where Professor Akizuki, is like in a chair, and then the nurse is all like, "Okay, let's go inside. We're having curry tonight." Da-da-da! Black Sun.
What?
I'm
That's
serious.
your lead into the title card?
That's the lead. We're having curry tonight.
Boom. Coming right up, Black Sun. I'm sorry, that's not coming together for me.
It's stupid, man. Sometimes this is really, really dumb. Like, whatever.
Like, I mean, there's nothing that like that's just like a little random whatever. There's no like. Does it lead into anything at all after the title
Yeah,
card?
it does. It does, but it's just stupid how they. It's just funny they opened up the episode with that.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah,
Oh,
it was. I don't know. Just watch it.
I mean, Bueno says that there was supposedly some kind of announcement of Shin Kamen Rider screenings in America. I haven't heard a thing.
There was,
but
like-
we can always research it.
Because like basically like there was like I don't know, it was maybe it was like Anime Expo. It was like an anime convention, and then they had Kamen Rider Black Sun right beside it. They also had in English like Shin Kamen Rider. So I mean like Ano is most likely going to be like what is it? Well, the thing is like Kamen Rider Black Sun is an Amazon series, right?
Yeah, it's on there.
Yeah, so then like I mean like you already have like Amazon riders on there, so like I wouldn't be surprised if like Black Sun gets, you know, their English sub. Wait a minute, wasn't it already? It was already subbed, I think, on Amazon. So they probably already.
Yeah, it
released it. Oh yeah. So then like
yeah, it's like
yeah, so Shin Kamen Rider probably, you know, who knows, probably be like not too far behind, but then like it might be the usual thing like, oh, they didn't give us this, or like, oh, they subbed it like that, or you know, all this stuff, and then like it's like, dude, this is what you wanted, like this is what you got. This is your bed. You sleep in it.
You gotta sleep in it, exactly. Like
you said, it's a stupid bed. Well, it's the one you asked for.
Make your own bed and lie in it then. If you want your own thing, yeah.
Buy your own frickin' bed then.
Yeah. It's like, for what it's worth, I mean, it's good that we have Ryder here. And you know what? if and when Shin Kamen Rider does manage to get a stateside screening, I don't know. Like you said, I'm sure a lot of the, clout chasers online are probably just gonna try to, suck the movie off for the wrong reasons. Just be like, oh, it's great, it's Rider, it's the greatest thing of all time, it's in movie theaters, yes! But, they'll not, provide any intelligent conversation about it or try to, throw in a decent perspective on, what the movie is compared to its source material, kind of like how you've provided us tonight.
They're gonna be able to feel why it's good, but they're not gonna be able to explain it correctly.
Yeah, that makes much more sense.
Because the thing is, there's a lot of throwbacks to the original show, and also just in Japanese culture in general that a lot of Zoomers ain't gonna realize. So
right.
I mean, us boomers, we've seen all that stuff. So I mean, it's crazy how even if you take a look at this, right? Look at how he just wanted to reenact the opening so bad, frame for frame.
That was a nice detail.
Frame for frame, right? Ano's a fanboy of that, but at the same thing, it's is there anything Zoomers aren't offended by? Other Zoomers.
Basically.
That's why they're not offended by. But his hair is green now. What?
Who is it that does the TikTok tokusatsu stuff? Green-haired tokusatsu TikTok. I haven't heard anything about that.
Oh, wait a minute. Is that in the live chat?
Skipping words. Yes, Shinji's.
Is that that prawn horn thing? The prawn horn guy?
No clue. Shin Gorenja.
Shin Gorenja? That could be a thing.
Honestly, yeah, I see that definitely happening. If I'm being honest, what? I'm sure Anno's on record for being a Sentai fan, no?
Well, I'm not sure if he was a Sentai fan, but I mean that's possible. Out of all the ones that are left that haven't been reimagined yet, I think Goranger could probably be it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and Robot K is in it.
Oh, Robot Detective. Yeah, Robot
Detective K is in. Robot K. He's more of an observer throughout the whole movie. He doesn't belong to either side. He'll convey info to one or other side.
Wait, so, Robot K is in?
He's in Shin Kamen Rider.
What? That's awesome!
But he's not a detective. He's just there. He's an observer.
Oh. Okay, so he's just kind of just there.
Yeah, and then he basically conveys info to one or other party.
Okay.
That's what he does. He's kind of he basically is he respects the dead. He does all that stuff. So when Dr. Midorikawa dies, he puts a white rose on his in his pocket. And then when Ryuko dies, he puts another rose in his pocket to respect both of them. So, yeah.
How many Zoomers are gonna get that, right?
They won't.
Exactly. That's my point.
The most earliest Kamen Rider they've watched is Kuga, and only because they had to. Because there was nothing else at the time.
Right. Or they probably, got on through, say, the bad Hong Kong subs or whatever, Ryuki or something.
Oh,
the Bagon.
Yeah, Bagon.
The Bagon.
Leon and
Len.
What was Janshi and Lian. Ano's earliest works with the Daikon crew or tokusatsu live action shorts. Yeah, they did the thing.
Oh.
The Kaitekshita Ultraman. Yo, what up, Stamp? Comparing it with recent Heroes movies from 1 to 10, how good was Shin Kamen Rider?
Well, depends on which movies we're comparing it to. When you say recent hero movies, are you referring to just stuff in the States? Referring to anything
tokusatsu
in
movies
Japan, or yeah? Okay, if you can give us a bit more context there, we can get a better answer from us than that. But so far, Bueno's been pretty happy with the movie from what I'm getting.
I'd say it's pretty good. I'd give it an 8. There's some parts were like a little too long, but like I mean that's just his style, right? But overall, I mean like it did a lot of things that like I'd say like 8.5, 9. A movie like No Way Home.
That's not a fair comparison.
You're talking about a movie that has like Stamp. You got to realize that like Japanese tokusatsu films have like the same budget as a Marvel movie's craft service. Like you could pay for the food. That's about it.
Sounds about right.
I don't think like and yeah, except I'm with Bench, man. Like No Way Home that wasn't the last good MCU movie. The last good MCU movie was like Endgame.
Yeah, I was just about to say.
Endgame was the last good MCU movie, man. MCU's going down the toilet. It's all about that. It's all about the writer CU, the RCU.
Shang-Chi? I don't know about that. Shang-Chi's fine.
Stamp Shang-Chi could have been a good kung fu movie and end up being Monster Hunter. Let's just not fight the facts. Right?
Monster Hunter.
Is Shin Kamen better than recent superhero films? He just asked that one. He just asked that question.
That's kind of,
Okay, I'm gonna like if you're into tokusatsu, Shin Kamen Rider is definitely a very entertaining and fun movie to see. I also recommend watching it in 4DX. If you're trying to compare it to a Marvel movie, it's not going to win because the Marvel movies just have a bigger budget. So for like everything, for promotions, I'm not just talking about like the production of the movie. I'm talking about like the promotion wise, prop wise, everything. Like it dwarfs anything that Japan can dish out. So yeah, like if it's not a comparison, like you could say that it's better than it. You could say like, yeah, this is better than MCU stuff. This is better. It's way better. This is better storytelling. It's like, but the fact of the matter remains that tokusatsu is a very niche genre, and it's not going to be like. To be honest, it's a kind of a mistake to kind of have it be like to kind of have it boom like this, like that, because it's just once you have more people that have eyes on it, then you have more people that are going to be complaining when the time comes when something doesn't go right with that production. So like I think like tokusatsu being niche is fine as is,
Yeah. It's much more special that way. It knows what it's about and focuses on certain things a lot better as a result.
I would only disagree with that because the entertainment factor, viewing experience dwarfs everything else for me. Yeah, I mean, again, like different strokes, different folks. Yeah.
Yeah, it's entirely subjective. Yeah. At the end of the day, you have your taste for what kind of movie or viewing experience you want, and somebody else is going to have something else that they want out of that. No two people are going to have the same experience or opinion about what the one thing that they're watching. So, that's absolutely something that's best answered through your own informed idea.
Like, you gotta realize, everybody in this chat, like, you gotta realize I'm the guy that will watch, like, Shin Kamen Rider, and then right after, I will watch Leprechaun Back to the Hood. Like,
this is true.
That's the kind of, like, viewer I am. Like, whereas, like, you'll have another guy be all, like, who will watch, Ultraman Trigger. Then afterwards they'll be like, oh, I need another fix, and then they'll watch like Kaiketsu Zubat, and then it's like, oh, I need more. I watch like Lion Maru, all that stuff, right? But like me, I just like watch whatever, right? Warwick Davis and Ice-T together. What?
because the world demanded it. It's about the leprechaun.
Oh yeah. Anyways, but yeah, I think that's
wasn't bad.
We've been talking about Shin Kamen Rider for a good hour and a half.
One question I don't think I touched upon, because you mentioned that in your opinion it was like an 8 out of 10. I don't know if you touched enough upon this, but what aspects of the movie did you not like and felt that could have been improved? You mentioned that there was some stuff that was a bit too long. However, that's more.
I think that's still about it. Like, just long. There's like the parts that were long-winded. I mean, like, but then again, like, that's not how Anno does things, right? There's some weird dialogue. It's kind of funny because like it's supposed to be like a serious thing, but there's times where it was just really weird, like the way they would talk. It's like,
okay,
so the last boss, right? The butterfly Og, he's all like,
right,
because he basically makes like Rico faint.
okay,
And he's like, Hongo hops in to rescue her, and then like, oh, so you must be Dr. Midorikawa's masterpiece. Whatever, I'll just pretend you're not here. I'm gonna go now.
What?
He seriously said
that. That's an interesting line.
It was just weird. I mean, like, yeah, he's the last boss. He could say that. He could talk like that because he could basically, like, you know, snap freaking Hongo's neck, right? But like, it's just funny how like the dialogue was at times was pretty funny. So,
would you say the delivery was what helps it or detracts from it, maybe, or?
I'm not too sure because I don't know if it's like intentional. Like it kind of felt that way, but yeah, it was.
Because I would guess then, I mean, if he's trying to keep the best parts of Rider at its core, then I would guess that he's also trying to kind of keep the same sort of maybe somewhat long-winded dialogue or kind of odd dialogue from the 70s. Like, maybe that same writing style?
When they have over-the-top dialogue, it's over the top. But there's times where it's just kind of like, it's the typical kind of Evangelion kind of thing, you know? When they talk. I don't know if you get me.
I think I do. Where I guess like the lines themselves are kind of like kind of open-ended, don't really have like a context to them necessarily.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, again, that's just part of his style, right? So.
Right. So other than that, it's pretty much the bee's knees for you.
Yeah, I mean, like it has cool action scenes. There's a lot of cool action scenes, like the Shocker Rider bike chase, the Bee-Og fight scene with the katanas, like the opening one with like the gory, you know, punches and stuff like that. It's like just, you know, Kamen Rider Ichigo just stomping people. It was really cool because like they also had like it becomes more of an action movie as the movie progresses because he kind of like understands himself. Whereas like in the beginning of the movie, it's like a horror film because he can beat up all the Shocker combatants and not feel anything. So he's doing the usual like look at his bloody hands, you know, my warriors, you know, and he's looking like at his hands like that each time afterwards, right? So because he's like, what have I done? But then he understands like he has to fight and he has to kind of get his hands dirty in order to like protect people. So that's what he decides to do. And then the icing on the cake was, you already explained this part, but like right after, so like, you know, Riko dies, Hongo dies, and you know, they go up to Hayato, the government guys will go up to Hayato, it's like, we want you to like, you know, take his place. And he's all like, you know, they're all like, yeah, I think like we think like Ryuko and like Hongo would really, you know, if they were alive, they'd want you to like do it. So then like Hayato's all like, gonna need a new suit, new helmet, new bike. And they give him all that. And so he has the new Shin, you know, the new Ichigo, like the remodeled one, like that became after the Sakurajima one. So it's like the one that became that Ichigo from that point on
popularized
to now.
version.
Yeah,
from
the
there.
one
Yeah,
from that point on to now. That's the one he becomes.
Speaking of which, does the Sakurajima suit ever pop up in this one?
The helmet isn't. Because so basically, when Hongo dies, the helmet kind of decays and it looks like the Sakurajima helmet.
Okay.
Again, he puts context onto it.
Nice. Okay.
So like when the government guy hands to him, they're all like, hey, well, so what are your names? And he's all like, that's classified G1 classified information. We don't just tell anybody with that. Well, I told you mine, and I can't really trust people who don't tell me their names. He's like, my name's Tachibana. And then he looks at the other guy. He looks to like the other guy. He's like, Taki. My name's Taki. It's like you're all like, oh shit! That was cool. When they revealed themselves like that was cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was cool.
I'm glad you had a good time, boss. And I'm sure everybody else, including myself, are definitely looking forward to whenever the movie comes out. Well, let's not put attention to that because that's gonna happen.
It would be like, like Shin Kamen Rider, Shin.Kamen.Rider X264 telesync.
Brackets 055028 say bracket .mp4 or mkv or whatever.
Gemcorp hard sub. Gemcorp hard sub.
Oh my god.
And then Keith posts it. That would be the most disappointing thing. But everyone else is sharing it. Like,
that doesn't make it right.
Anyways, I think that's pretty much it. But it was a good movie. Wait for it. It should be coming out stateside. Wait for it stateside. I paid $50 for this stupid cup holder.
We're not gonna get that at all here because we didn't get anything for Shin Ultraman. That's for sure.
Now 4DX.
You got the movie.
Not sure if it's going to be available in 4DX. Hopefully, if you do have a chance to watch it in 4DX, watch it in 4DX. It was fun.
I'll keep an eye open for that. Yeah,
that's pretty much it.
Anybody got any other questions?
Yeah, if anyone has any questions, ask away. Ask away.
Please do. We'll be closing up soon, and I know there might be a bit of a delay, so I'll give it a few seconds, I guess.
Well, while that's happening, you check me out.
Yeah, it's definitely let's push a few more things there. You got your yes, Bueno. You have your link tree there with the entire Bueno suite of socials and other extra content that you guys can check out. Plus, have to support them. Feel free to also check out mine as well. Got a few things to chill out there and show for the rest of the world to see. No, Nathan's said he's working on his, so hopefully we'll get that thrown in there too. And yeah, of course, please, the usual, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, join the Discord. Follow us on all the socials everywhere, on the Twitter, on Facebook.
Invite your friends to the Discord. Chat it all up.
Absolutely. Just like we're having a nice old time talking about Shin Kamen Rider, let's have more people get in on the fun.
Do that Kamen Rider Black Sun viewing party.
Yeah. Seems like there's some interest there. Just need to get people's availability, I guess, or just kind of
I'll
like
just do it whenever, and then people will
do a
join
powwow,
in.
whatever.
Yeah, just like tweet it out.
Okay.
Do like one
Yeah, it doesn't
episode
seem
at a time. It's like what? Each episode is like what? 45 minutes?
Yeah, that's like roughly an hour, right?
Yeah,
Okay. It's like a short, like 6-episode series, if I recall correctly.
12.
12. Oh, never mind. Okay.
Was it
It
6?
doesn't seem like there's.
I can't even remember, man.
Hang on, I'll go to Amazon.
It was like a haze
See.
to me. Kamen Rider Black Sun. It was like a haze.
Oh wow. Let's see, Black Sun. It is 10 episodes, as a matter of fact. So close to it.
So the pain only lasts for like 2 episodes less.
God, is it that much of a slog to watch?
It's not. I mean, like they did a lot of things good. There's a lot of things they did good, but like the vast majority of it just was like, I don't know why they chose Kamen Rider Black to Should have had the Haratetsu in it. Oh, one good thing they did about it is they had like for like one episode they had the original Kamen Rider Black theme song. They opened it up.
They recreated the opening, right?
They recreated the opening. That was cool.
Okay, yeah.
That was cool. Me and Fong sung along to that.
Nice.
Kamen Rider Black. Yeah, that was cool.
All right, well, doesn't seem like there's much in the way of questions, so yeah, I guess we'll.
Okay, I'm gonna close it out then. So that's gonna do it for today. Before I sign off, though, be sure to follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and also chat up with everybody and the other tokusatsu boomers in our Discord. And finally, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube, like this video, share it with your friends, and keep it locked to Henshin Justice Unlimited, your portal to the Henshin dimension. I'm Bueno.
It's been Cosmic Kaiser 6.
And we will see you all next time.
Peace.
I wanted to see how long you keep that. Let's try it here.